Well, hello YouTube. Welcome to another ride. Today is a wonderful day out here. It is upper 70s, 78, I believe. The humidity is way down. It is, there's a little hint of the smoke in the air still. I'm not sure if you can see it coming out over a little hilltop here. We can see out in the distance here, but there's a little haze in the air. But the smell is nice and clean. You know, there's no smoky smell. But just the perfect riding condition. I'm out here in the mesh jackets, and boy, that feels nice. I'm getting plenty of air through here. I don't know. It's just a good feeling going on and on. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a good time too. Getting out and riding. I've been getting I'm out here on the Vulcan today, and I've been getting a lot of people expressing a lot of love over these bikes. They have them themselves, the Vulcan Classic. There's the 1500, 900, older 800. They're just an overall good bike. What else do they have? The 1600. And coming off of this, you know, driving it, it feels a lot like my other bikes. Obviously, my Road King, I put a lot more miles on that. That's kind of like my touring bike. I don't really tour much anymore, but I do put a lot more miles on that one than this or the little Sportster. And the first thing I always notice hopping back on this thing is the seat on this thing is just wonderful. I have a Mustang seat on this thing, and this is just the perfect seating position. I always talk about switching the seat on my Road King. It's the stock Road King seat, and I don't know, I like where it sits. It's just Harley seats really suck. It's tolerable. I suppose if I toured, like when I bought this bike, I was touring all over the place. I was younger then, didn't have as many responsibilities, and I was going all over the place, so I wanted a good seat, and this Mustang seat on this thing is a really good seat. I recommend those to anybody who's considering a different seat for their bike. Start looking at one of those first, because boy, you just can't go wrong with them. But I always think about getting one of these style seats for my Road King, but I don't know, they seem different on there where it might change my seating position. But I probably should just pull the trigger one day and go ahead and get one of those. And that's the other thing, I always look for 6th gear on this bike too. Does not have a 6th gear. You don't really need it because it likes riding at this range, but I just thought to have it. I just look for a 6th gear just because, probably because this one's much louder than the Road King is too. So I hear the noise and my brain just automatically goes to it's shifting time, even though it ain't. Bike says nope, we're good. We're good, we can do this. And something about the mirrors on this bike. This bike just has it seems like such an odd thing to appreciate, because you never really think about your mirrors. But when they're really good like this, and you can see really good behind you. Now granted, the Road King ones aren't bad, and even the Sportster, they're tucked under, and those surprisingly aren't bad. But something about these ones, they're just perfect. If every motorcycle had mirrors like this, I know they're kind of big and goofy looking, but as good as they are, you can overlook the giant goofy looking factor pretty easily, because you can see all around you with these. I don't know if they just reach a little further than the Harley ones out there, but they're damn good mirrors. It's an odd thing to really appreciate, but there it is. First and foremost is the seat on this one. It's just like you're sitting in a recliner. You know, you're just out cruising. This is exactly what a cruiser should be. I'm just sitting here plopped down comfortable, and my butt can be happy here for hours. But enough about my butt. Let's go have some fun on some back roads. Well, let's cruise on some back roads, I guess. We're not on a little fun bike. I know one thing that I was seriously thinking about, and I always kind of second guess myself on that, is when I was looking at getting the Road King, I was looking for a new main bike, and I've had you know, this thing, I've had a Goldwing in the past, and the older Goldwing, and I was looking at, my two first choices were a Road King, because I've always loved those. Just something about the Road King that's, I don't know, it has a soft spot in my heart, just the style of those always. And I guess hindsight, I'm glad I did, because they killed off the Road King. You can still buy the custom, I think it's called Road King Custom, but it's doesn't quite have the same charm as the original Road King. And so I'm glad I went with it at that aspect. But I was looking at a newer Goldwing, and they were pushing the dual clutch transmission on those so hard. I don't know, to me, half the fun to me is having the manual transmission on a bike, but I'm kind of that way. I don't really, my current car has an automatic transmission, and I would say the last 4 or 5 cars I've had before that were all manual. I'm just a fan of manual. I like doing that myself. I like switching gears when I want to switch gears. I don't like the car telling me that now's the time to switch gears, because I don't know, it's just something about me. It's a mental issue I have, I don't know. But I no matter what I'm driving, I just like a manual transmission better. I trust them more. I've never killed a manual transmission nor a clutch, but oddly enough, I've killed 3 automatic transmissions in my life. So I think I'm just better off sticking with a manual. And then my current car, they have, you know, 9-speed transmission, automatic transmission now, and good lord, that thing constantly is can't make up its mind as to what gear it wants into. And because of that, I keep thinking in my head, you know, just in the back of my head, my mental issue, I keep thinking I'm about to kill that one too, even though there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't know, it's just, I just can't get over the fact that I like switching gears when I want to switch gears. So because of that, anyway, I didn't really want to go with the dual clutch I always do this, the flappy paddle I always call them, the dual clutch transmission. To me that didn't seem like a good idea, so that kind of ruled that out. And I was looking at the now I forgot the name of it. Vulcan has the touring model. It's a 17 something, and that's shoot, I can't think of the name of it. But I was seriously looking at that, but the dealers around here don't ever carry those. So I couldn't sit on one, I couldn't test drive one, and I really didn't want to order one without, you know, feeling it. And I don't know, I always go back and forth of whether I should have, you know, taken a road trip somewhere and just to test drive one. They had one a few hours away from me, or if I was better off. But this Kawasaki has been nothing but awesome for me. And yeah, the Harley is, well, both of my two, I have 2 Harleys at the moment, and they both act like Harleys, you know. The Road King will leave little puddles here once in a while, and if you ride it really hard on a really hot day, you get home and it will seep a little oil. You'll get a little spot, and that's a, you know, what, a 2-year-old Harley. And the little Sportster, well, that's a Sportster, so you're bound to have all sorts of problems with those, but those things are so damn lovable, you just can't help but, you know, you expect that going into a Sportster. You didn't expect that going into a Road King, at least not like it is. But you know, you figured with their touring models, you expect a little bit better, but you know, who am I kidding? I love them, but who am I kidding? Whereas this thing, I only expected this thing to be, you know, I didn't buy the Nomad, I bought the straight up Road King, or the Vulcan Classic, and I expected it to be nothing more than a regular old bike, and this thing has just been just awesome. And I know, like I said, it hasn't been my main bike for many years, but well, I just could never bring myself to get rid of this thing. This thing is just always will have a place in my heart just because of how good of a bike it is. And everything's smooth. The transmission, odd complaint, the transmission is too damn smooth. You know, if I'm driving the Harleys once in a while, those things clunk in the gear like crazy. And that goes along with my mental thing. I like that. I like that big, heavy clunk. These Japanese transmissions, odd complaint, they're just too damn good. I mean, half the time I'm wondering, you know, I hit this thing and you just kind of got to think about giving a little pressure on your toe with the clutch in, and it'll go right into gear, no problem, no slipping, no nothing. And I always second guess, wait a minute, was that a gear change? Because I didn't have the big heavy Harley clunk. So that one's a weird one to get used to. But if you're, you know, you just got to remind yourself that you're on a really good bike, and that's a non-factor. Odd complaint to have, though. And we are in the little town of Luxembourg. That's a really pretty stone church. This area here is known for a lot of granite quarries. So a lot of the older Catholic churches, they're very beautiful stone buildings. Just fantastic looking. Always a pleasure to drive through. And this is just as exciting as all get out. So let's get back on the side road, huh? Oh, right into the sun. I'll see if I'm going to get into the trees here in a minute. If not, I apologize for the sun and all. We'll probably let you go. Nobody wants to look at that. Oh, I love the ivy that's going up on the old Brain Dead. More on wandering, ladies and gentlemen. The old silo. The Brain Dead idiot out here on a bike. Exactly what you want rolling through your neighborhood. But that's the best time to be out on the bike. Just turn your brain off. Get off of work. Done with all the stress. Nobody bring it home with you. Just leave it at work. Hop on your bike. Go out. Forget about it. And life's going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. That's the main thing. That's the beauty of a bike, isn't it? You get out here on this thing and it all just melts away. Until it doesn't, but then you're only worried about the problems you're having with your bike. So you don't care about the problems you had at work. But anyway, it doesn't look like the sun is getting much better, so oh, well, spoke too soon. Maybe we'll get a little patch here, but I think it's still going to be, you guys are going to get the flicker. I'll give somebody a seizure or something. I don't want that. But yeah, I suppose if you watched it this far, yeah, God bless you. You know that. Because yeah, just God bless you. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. I could use them. Please give me a like, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever it is, you know, all the stuff that you do on the YouTubes. Go ahead and do that. Or just shoot me a comment and say you appreciate it. Tell me about your ride. I enjoy hearing that stuff, you know. Yeah, thanks for participating. Thanks for watching this far. Again, God bless you. Sorry about the sun being right in your face, but until next time, see you later. Have a good one, YouTube.